Hey guys, welcome back to another video. To give y'all the best perks for each character in MultiVersus, I want to go in depth and use specific perks that will specifically help certain characters more than others. There are perks that are just great overall, like snowball effect, painted target, triple jump perk. Perks to be using for Shaggy would be triple jump, hit them while they're down, and last stand. Reasons why: when Shaggy wants to power up his enraged. Having triple jump allows you to be much higher and less likely to hit by characters that don't have that triple jump. We're using hit them while they're down because it provides a 5% increase on debuffed enemies, a great perk to have for Shaggy, who's able to have debuffs on characters when he hits them with a slow. Finally, last stand, which increases Shaggy's abilities. This works great with his signature that increases his damage once he hits 100 damage as well. Stacking these two together, you are unstoppable. You could include lumpy space punch as well if you're a spamming kick boy. Moving on, Batman. Best debuffs for Batman would be heal them while they're down. I'll take that, and that's flammable. Any of the elemental perks like ice and static in that order. Batman's batarang has a really short cooldown and up to almost no cooldown if the batarang returns back to you. So you're gonna get increased damage because of the weakened debuff Batman naturally has on his batarangs, and I'll take that. Reduces the cooldown for any of his other abilities while he's hitting a debuffed enemy. So engaging with a batarang, getting some damage in to reduce your cooldown for your smoke bomb and grenade allows you to fully utilize Batman's kit. Adding on that's flammable is just icing on the cake. It works great with characters that have debuffs and projectiles. Next up is Wonder Woman. For Wonder Woman, we're going to include back-to-back. Wonder Woman's ability gives shields to her team and herself. A good Wonder Woman stays with her teammate, aligned to make sure that they take less damage in total. We're not all about defense here. That's why we have percussive power punch, great for a horizontal legend like Wonder Woman. And Coffeezilla, reducing the cooldown of her abilities. Next, Superman. Superman's best perks, we have ice to beat you, lumpy punch, that's not all, second wind, and armor crush. All pretty offensive for a tank, but armor crush is a great perk because he has a lot of moves that already give him armor whilst he's charging his attack. So why not break armor with him? He has ice breath, also deal ice damage, increases that stack to 2 if both parties are running it. Is a great way to immobilize and slow down the opponent. Best perks for Taz would be percussive punch, make it rain, hit them while they're down, and I'll take that. Tasty, it is an easy debuff to apply to enemies, so why not have this increased damage? Percussive puncher, great for any horizontal character. His projectile speed when vomiting out projectiles, they're quite slow, and again, slow projectiles means they're dodgeable projectiles. Best perks for Iron Giant: Tasmanian trajectory, last stand, and retaliation ready. Adding on more great health for every single projectile hit. It does not stack, however it does reset, so if you're hitting projectiles constantly, your teammate's always gonna have that 3 health. You are going to be taking a lot of damage with Iron Giant. You have a big hitbox, so you're gonna be hitting 100 damage pretty quickly, and you're probably gonna be staying there for quite a while because Iron Giant never dies. And with last stand, you're gonna be able to make those clutch plays at the end of the match. Best perks for Garnet would be Wildcat Brawler, Percussive Puncher, Coffeezilla, and either static electricity or that's flammable doc. Someone like Garnet has a lot of abilities that go on cooldown. We're gonna have to give her Coffeezilla so that way it can counteract the time that she has to wait on those cooldowns. We give her Wildcat because she's a brawler, but then again, there are better perks than Wildcat, such as snowball effect and painted target. Best perks for Steven, it would be Coffeezilla. You should definitely be running this because he is an ability cooldown reliant character, and I'll take that. Steven has an automatic debuff that is Rose's Gaze. Along with Coffeezilla, he's bringing his perks back into the game a lot faster. Best perks for Jake. Jake is just a really good character overall, so all I would say is use the good perks that are in the game, like triple jump, like snowball effect, painted target, etc. These are all great perks for Jake. Best perks for Reindog would be back to back because he has the ability to tether an enemy to bring them closer to him. That's flammable doc because Reindog has projectiles that he's able to spam, even though they're not going to be lasted very long. If they spams it, he's able to start the ignite and do melee damage. You could also add in ice to beat you if you'd like. Increasing his projectile speed is a must. Best perks for Finn. Finn is already a strong character. He's an assassin, so he does 15% increased damage on all of his attacks. So instead of increasing his attacks even more, why not add in back-to-back, play with a teammate that does have that. That means you're only taking 5% increase more damage while still retaining the 15% increase in damage. Finn has armor breaking attacks. He's able to move and charge his attacks. So why not have armor break on every single charge attack that you do? Best perks for Velma. Velma is a utilitarian carrying in this game. So retaliation ready, a great perk. Make it Reindog, Coffeezilla, I'll take that. Sniper and ice. Velma already has debuffs in her kit, so why not capitalize that with the debuff perk? But instead of increasing her damage, reduce her cooldown. So you could add this along with Coffeezilla, and you're bringing back all of Velma's special abilities in half the time. Increasing her projectile speed with her speech bubbles along with her book, and Sniper to do increased damage while you're far away. Speaking of projectiles, we're going to go to Bugs Bunny and Tom and Jerry. These are both projectile dependent characters, more so Tom and Jerry, but Bugs is still in the same boat. So retaliation ready, make it Reindog and Deadshot. Because they're so projectile reliant, Coffeezilla is a must, especially with Bugs, who has literally a bajillion attacks. Quick note for Tom and Jerry, why not add Tasmanian trajectory if you're going to be running his perk that allows him to use his fishing pole as a recovery. Next, Arya Stark. Because she's so offensive, she's going to take increased damage, so back to back. You can also just add in the good perk like Snowball and Painted, but what I think is a great underrated perk that not a lot of people are using on Arya would be Slippery Customer. Arya has a special perk that gives her and her ally a brief disorient whenever she neutral dodges an attack. That means if you're not that great at dodging, you could just add this perk and you're going to be dodging, getting disorient, increasing your damage with your melee attacks because you're hitting them from behind. This is an underrated perk that is going to allow you to do more damage even though it's a defensive perk. Adding I dodge, you dodge, we dodge, you're going to be getting your abilities a lot faster, especially if you miss your knife. Best perks for Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn is a very vertical character, so you're going to want to use up, up, and a slay. The triple jump perk is great. However, Harley Quinn is unique in the way that she's able to place bombs and have a jump reset. If you're a good player, you can use her bombs for both offense and utility. So we can leave this spot open for Snowball or Painted Target. Harley Quinn is an offensive legend as well, so back to back would be recommended. By staying alive longer, you're going to be able to do more damage. Harley Quinn also comes with her own debuff of Confetti. You could add Beat 'em while they're down. A perk to consider would be Slippery Customer if you're using her signature perk Smooth Moves, which allows you to use her side specials as dodges. And because it's short, using this perk increases its window of invulnerability. For the GOAT himself, the best perks for LeBron James. Retaliation ready, make it Reindog, that's Flammable Dog, Static Electricity, and Ice to beat ya. LeBron is the GOAT, but he's also projectile reliant. These perks are great for synergizing with LeBron, but this was my list. If you have any other questions on these perks, make sure to watch my videos explaining every single perk in MultiVersus. I have one for utility, offense, and defense. I took a lot of time considering their team capabilities along with their 1v1 capabilities, certain playstyles that each of them have, along with their perk synergy. Like and subscribe. I'm Mighty Ray, and I'll see you guys in another video.